Good morning to all. In the last class, we started with the chapter Our Safety. And what did we learn? We learned about safety at home, and then we learned about the safe and unsafe touch. So I hope that is clear to you. Today, let's learn about safety on the road. How we should be safe on the road. So see the first point, never run or play on the road. So on the road we can see vehicles. So vehicles are moving on the road, and it is not a place for playing or for running. So you should always remember that you should never run or play on the road. It is not safe. The second point is always walk on the footpath. So when you are on the road, you should always walk on the footpath which is near the road, which is beside the road. That is safe. So when you are on the road, you should always walk on the footpath which is beside the road. The next point is we must cross the road with an elder person. So when you are crossing the road, you should always cross the road with a person who is elder than you. Okay, so when you are crossing a road, you should always cross the road with a person who is elder to you. The next point is we must follow the traffic lights while crossing the road. So when you are crossing the road, you must always follow the traffic lights. So what do these traffic lights say? You have the red light, the yellow light and the green light. So the red light says the vehicles to stop. Then what about yellow light? The yellow light says vehicles to wait. Then what about green? It says the vehicles to go. So we should always follow the traffic lights. So that is about safety on the road. So what all things you should not do on the road? You should not cross the road alone. You should always cross the road with the help of an elder. Then you should not run on the road or you should not play on the road. Then another thing you need to remember is you should always cross the road at the zebra crossing. Then you have to follow the traffic lights. So that is about safety on the road. Now let's move on to the exercise, page number 82. Let's start with the first one. Tick the correct option. So we have 4 questions with 3 options each. So I'll read out and you can mark the answers. So first one, we must not touch dash with wet hands. See the options: electric switches, toys, books. The second one, we must not talk to friends, family, strangers. The third one, we must walk on the road, footpath, fence. The fourth one, we must cross the road with an older person, alone, with strangers. So let's see the answers. So what is the answer for the first one? We must not touch dash with wet hands. We must not touch electric switches with wet hands. We may get shock. The second one, we must not talk to friends, family, strangers. We must not talk to strangers. The third one, we must walk on the road, footpath, fence. So we should always walk on the footpath. The fourth one, we must cross the road with an older person, alone, with strangers. So what is the answer? The answer is the first one, with an older person. So we should always cross the road with an older person, with a person who is elder than you. Now let's see the second one. It is important to learn how to keep yourself safe. So tick the pictures that show safe actions. So here, see the first one. Ranveer is alone at home. A stranger knocks on the door. So here you can see two pictures. So in the first picture, Ranveer opens the door and he welcomes the stranger and he asks, "Hello, who are you?" What about in the second one? He calls his father. "Papa, there is a stranger at the door." So, which one is the safe action? First or second? That is the second one. When there is any stranger out, you have to call your parents or your elders who are in your home. You have to inform them. The second one, an unknown woman offers Srija a chocolate bar on the ground. Then see the first situation. Srija says, "No, I don't want it." See the second situation. She says, "Thank you." So which one is safe action? That is the first one. When someone gives you something or when a stranger gives you something, you should not take it. You have to say, "No, I don't want it." So that is the first situation, is the safe action. So you can tick in that box. What about the third one? Alan is traveling in the school bus. So see the first and the second one. So which one is safe? The first one is the safe action. But what about second one? In the second one, you can see Alan is putting his hand out of the window. That is unsafe. You should not do that. So the first one is the safe action. Moving to the third one, circle the correct word. The red light says. So what do the red light says? The red light says to stop the vehicle. What about the second one? The green light says. The green light says go. The third one, the yellow light says. The yellow light says wait. Fourth one, we must cross the road with two options, older, younger person. So what is the answer? The answer is older person. So you should cross the road with an older person who is elder than you. Then see the fifth one. Safety rules must be followed. Sometimes, always. So what is the answer? It is always. We should always follow safety rules. Moving to the next one, think it over. Suppose you go to a mall or any other public place and you are separated from your parents. So what you would do? So what would you do? So first of all, you get frightened, right? Then you all look for a person whom you can inform this situation, right? So likewise, you can also think about what would you do when you are in this situation. Just think over it and discuss it with your parents. Moving to the next one, activity corner. So here what you need to do is, you can make a model of a traffic light and a zebra crossing. So just go through this life skills and just try doing this activity. Then the next one, problem solving. Identify safe grown-ups in your life for each of the following situations. The first one, think about a time when you needed help at school. Who did you go to for support? So you have to think about a time when you needed a help at school and whom you go for support. And you have to think of that person and you can write it here. Then the second one, think about a time when you were scared at home. Who did you go to for support? The third one, think about a time when you hurt yourself at a friend's house. Who did you go to for support? The fourth one, think about a time when you were sad. Who did you go to for support? Fifth one, think about a time when you were happy. Who did you share that with? So these are 5 questions and you can answer it. So this one you can do as an activity. Once you are done, you can submit to Microsoft Teams. So we are done with the chapter number 13, our safety. So I hope this chapter is clear to you. At the same time, we are done with social science. I hope all the topics are clear to you. Wishing you a great year. Thank you.